Hello, Yagami-san.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. You, getting situated?
Yes. Everyone here is just great.
So I hear you're good. Passed the bar with top marks and everything. How'd you end up in this dump and not in a bigger office, huh?
Huh? Well, you see, that's,
I hear you over there, Yagami.
Evening, Genda-sensei. Other than my real dad, there's two people I look up to like a father. Genda-sensei's one of those people. He gave me a job here, before I'd even gotten out of law school. Shintani-sensei out for the night?
Yeah.
I got you some dorayaki. Just sit right there, I'll grab you one. Huh? Sorry?
If he really did it, forget about the eyes. You'd never even find the body.
Agreed. That's our Shintani-sensei. Prickliest guy in town. But damn if he's not a terrific lawyer.
With you there.
Yagami, you still sniffing around that Kume case?
Yeah? It's not a problem, isn't it?
Not a problem, per se. But the case is closed.
What do you mean? You know something. I can see it in your eyes. Hamura trusts you. Now tell me the damn truth! What about stopping the mole? You willing to take responsibility for another murder?
Don't talk like I owe you. Attorney-client privilege. Not like you'd remember it. Go back to school.
Shintani!
Well, that's no good. I thought you said that you respected that guy, Yagami.
Saori-san was having trouble getting in touch with Shintani. So I decided to give him a call myself, see what the deal was. But when I dialed him up, I heard the phone ringing in my closet. Shintani was killed the same way as all the others.
the others? Do you mean his eyes were...
Gouged out, yeah. But Shintani's beef was with the Kyorei clan. Why would the mole target him?
I'm not so sure. It sounded like he knew something when you talked earlier.
Right.
Think this is some kind of Yakuza pissing contest, do ya? Come on! The mole is way bigger than you know.
He probably knew more about the mole than I did. And his source had to have been Hamura. Maybe they killed him to keep their secret safe.
But why did he have to put Shintani-sensei's body in your office?
Not sure. Maybe to harass me, maybe to scare me off their trail. Maybe both.
Yagami. You might want to lay low for a bit. It's not safe for you here. Get out of town. Go somewhere quiet. If the mole comes after you next...
Right. I'll do just that, Genda-sensei.
You know, I watched over Shintani since his first day as a lawyer. Kid had a good head on his shoulders, and a knack for the job I could never compete with. But he didn't have the guts to succeed when push came to shove. Not the most persistent lawyer I've seen. Even so, he looked up to me. Guess I took it for granted. Thought he'd always be part of the team.
When I first joined, Shintani-sensei was the one who showed me the ropes. He was a reliable man.
Thanks for this, Yagami. Come on, Sari-kun. I'll walk you to the station.
Sure.
Feel free to stay here tonight, Yagami.
I appreciate it.
What about you, Hoshino-kun?
I think I'll work a little more before I head home.
If you say so. Good night.
Good night, boss. Yagami-san. I know you just told Genda-sensei you're gonna lay low. But that's not true, is it? You want to keep hunting down this killer.
And if I said yes?
Don't worry, I won't tell Genda-sensei. But in return... I want to help you. Look for the mole, that is. I won't slow you down. I promise.
Looking to avenge Shintani, huh?
He wasn't as strong as he let on. The tough guy act was a mask he wore to hide his insecurities. Deep down, he was just weak. That's why he was going along with Hamura, not because he wanted to. I mean, who can say no to a Yakuza? And now look how it turned out. I was sitting right next to him this whole time. Yet there was nothing I could do to help. You know, I'm still young. I don't even know what kind of lawyer I want to be. Criminal? Civil? Not the slightest idea. But I know one thing. I don't want to be the kind of lawyer who sits on his hands after his friend gets murdered. Which means...
Are you sure about this, Hoshino? Genda-sensei told me to lay low. If you're seen helping me...
Don't worry about that. I'll defend myself in court if I need to. Now, Yagami-san, do you mind if I tag along?
You'll just tell Genda-sensei if I refuse, huh?
Yeah, you got that right.
Not much choice then. Welcome aboard.
Glad to be working with you.
Well, let's get down to business. First off, I want to know what Shintani was doing before he died. And I have some evidence that may tell us just that. Shintani dialed this number earlier today. I want to know where it goes.
Right, that makes sense. It's a good thing the killer forgot to take Shintani's phone, huh? This way we can see who he was calling.
The killer didn't forget. Even if the phone was gone, we'd still be able to get Shintani's data from his provider.
Really? I had no idea.
Yep. I bet he left the phone so I'd find the body quicker.
Huh?
I mean, he went through the trouble of hiding it in my office of all places. Probably wanted to cause as much chaos as possible, you know?
Hey, the number got a hit in the search. It's apparently for the, Advanced Drug Development Center?
What the hell?
What, do you know it?
3 years ago, there was a pretty famous murder there. A patient was killed, and their body dumped in the mountains. And the man they arrested for it was named Shinpei Okubo.
Okubo. Wait, he was your client, wasn't he?
He worked as a contract laundryman for the center. Every 2 or 3 days, he'd stop by to pick up their dirty linens. According to the police report, it was thought he carried the body out in a bundle of sheets.
Right. And you defended him in court and won. But then he got free and...
You can stop there.
But why would Shintani-sensei have called the ADDC? Who would he even talk to?
I bet we'll find out if we give them a ring. But it's getting late. You should go home. We both need some shut-eye, yeah?
Yeah, we can start fresh tomorrow. Where do we want to meet?
Oh, right. We want to keep this a secret from Genda-sensei after all. There's an arcade called Charles up on Park Boulevard. That should work for now.
Okay. I'll let Kaito-san know.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. I'll see you.
Sugiura.
Kaito-san told me you'd be here. Don't forget about me next time, yeah?
Wish you'd fucking forget about me. Is there a reason your little gang needs to keep meeting up here?
It's so nice of you to let us use your store, Higashi-san, especially when you're clearly so opposed to the idea.
Don't talk down to Yakuza, kid.
It's okay, Higashi-san. I think we all know you're nicer than you let on.
What the hell?
Damn, and you're braver than you look, Hoshino-kun. You got the skills to back it up?
Just a third-degree black belt.
Huh?
Not that I've ever had to use it.
Well, I'll call this meeting to order.
Sure, I'll do the honors. Masamichi Shintani of the Genda Law Office has been murdered. Given that his eyes were gouged out, it's likely the mole was responsible. And I'll need all of your help to track him down.
The ADDC, huh? Weird time for that to come up again.
Again? It's come up before?
We can talk about that later. What's important now is Shintani called them before he was killed.
I think I remember them being in the news a lot last year. Something about a new drug that could win a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, here it is. It's a brand new dementia drug. They call it AD9. This was right after Director Kido from the ADDC published his paper on it. They're still undergoing clinical trials on larger animals, but apparently every single mouse they've given it to has made a full recovery. The man giving the presentation here is Dr. Ryusuke Kido, a world leader in neurophysiology and the primary researcher on AD9.
He's the one who showed me around the center when I was looking into Okubo's case. Guess he's been the director for a while now.
From what I can tell, the Ministry of Health is increasing the ADDC's budget to hasten the development of AD9. They're even adding another building to the center. It's a huge project.
ADDC, front desk speaking.
Hi there, ma'am. This is... This is Masamichi Shintani. I'm a lawyer from the Genda Law Office.
Oh, it's good to hear from you, Shintani-sama.
Could you put me through to the same person I spoke to yesterday?
Do you know the extension you wish to reach?
It sort of slipped my mind, sorry. Can you maybe look into the transfer history?
Why don't you just tell me what the call was about, and I'll connect you to the proper department.
Oh, in that case... It was about 89, the drug that can supposedly cure dementia.
Sorry, but I'm not authorized to talk about that. Why don't I connect you with our publicity department?
Sure.
Please hold, sir.
Doesn't sound like you're making much progress.
Thank you for waiting.
Yes?
It seems our publicity department never received a call from a Shintani-sama.
I see. Thank you anyway. No way this happens over the phone. It'll be faster to just head over there myself.
You think that's gonna work?
Not sure, but I know the director, remember? Worst case scenario, I come back empty-handed.
I'll come with you, Yagami-san.
Okay, me and Nagashi will go check out what's going on with the Matsugane family. Shouldn't be tough with Hamura out of the picture.
Hey, I don't remember saying I was gonna help you.
By the way, Yagami-san, whatever happened to that guy from 3 years ago? Shinpei Okubo.
He's in the detention center. Been there since they gave him his death sentence.
Have you ever gone to see him, Yagami-san?
No. Why would I? Why do you ask anyway?
I don't know. I was wondering what he was like. The case got tons of news coverage, you know. I was also wondering what you thought. Well, my bad. Was that too far?
Nah.
If you say so.
Yagami-san? You're heading to the ADDC now, yes? I'm gonna grab a taxi for us. I'll wait for you over on Park Boulevard. I've heard a bit about this place before. But the ADDC, isn't it just one part of a larger organization? If I recall correctly, they call it the Medical Institute. Is that accurate?
Yeah. They own every last inch of this campus.
It's incredible. Even with all these buildings, they're still getting budget to expand from that new drug. So? Is it the same as you remember?
Yeah.
Huh? Don't go too far ahead! Yagami-san! Yagami-san! Try not to just ditch me, okay? Is something wrong?
It's just... After 3 years, it still looks the same.
Huh?
Almost like time itself has stopped.
Yagami-san.
Come on. Front desk's over there.
Do you have an appointment, sir?
I don't, sorry. My name is Hoshino, from the Genda Law Office. This is my partner, Yagami. We're here to talk about a murder that took place in Kamurocho yesterday.
A murder?
A coworker of ours named Shintani. He was the victim.
We have a record that he called this center before he was killed.
Huh?
We're hoping you can help us track down exactly who he spoke to.
I'm very sorry, sir, but I can't provide such private information.
Well, could I at least talk to Director Kido instead? He's an old friend of mine. Just let him know Yagami stopped by, to say hello.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Look over there.
Hi.
Something wrong?
No, it's nothing, Vice Minister.
But
I haven't seen you in about 3 years, Kido-san. I see you're still the director.
you look familiar, but I can't quite place the name. I seem to recall you looking sharper.
I'm a detective based in Kamurocho now, and I'll need your cooperation with it. Just like old times.
Yes, I see. Yes. Thank you. It does seem we received a phone call from this Shintani-san you speak of.
Do you know who he was calling?
Dr. Shona.
The same Shono-san you were just with?
Yes. However, it's unclear as to what the point of the call was meant to be. Shono was away from his desk at the time, you see, and Shintani-san didn't leave a message.
You have no idea what he wanted to talk about?
None. Shono says he doesn't know a Shintani-san, and sees no reason why he would be calling.
Oh, really?
Look, Shono and I co-authored the research paper on AD9. We're quite well known, as it turns out. Sometimes, complete strangers pretend to be close friends or relatives in order to contact us. Perhaps Shintani-san fell into that category.
Have you heard of the mole murders taking place in Kamurocho, Dr. Kido? 3 Yakuza, each one with their eyes gouged out. It's a grisly business. Shintani was killed in the same way.
I've seen the news.
Can you think of anything tying the ADDC to those murders?
Huh? Look, just what are you implying? Look, I believe we're done here. There's nothing I can help you with.
Please stop! You can't!
Who are you?
Detective Kuroiwa, Kamuro Police, Organized Crime. One of your guests here has information related to the case I'm currently investigating. That would be you, Yagami. I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani. I'd like to speak to you as a material witness to the murder of the lawyer Masamichi Shintani.
Is that so?
I'm Hoshino, an attorney at Genda Law Office. Officer, is this interview voluntary, or...?
It is.
It's your call, Yagami-san.
I think I'll pass.
Excuse me?
You have your answer, sir. You can go now.
You can make this easier if you come now. Next time, it won't be voluntary.
Your empty threats don't mean much to a lawyer.
Can you take this elsewhere? I really must be...
Too bad he's not a lawyer anymore, then. Your friend's nothing now. Just come along quietly. I'll come back with a warrant if I have to.
I'd like to see you try. Why do you suspect me anyway? I bet you don't even have a reason.
I can come up with a few good ones.
Enough! Get the hell out of my office.
You'll regret this, Yagami.
Kuroiwa-san.
You two, out.
Before we go, can we speak to Shono-san for a sec? We need to know why Shintani called him.
Listen, I already told you he doesn't know. Get it through your skull. Now, please leave.
No problem. We'll let you get back to work.
This is really getting out of hand, don't you think? I can't believe that detective thinks you're a material witness.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. But what I'm more interested in is how he even knew where to find me.
That's a good point. How would the police know we were here?
Beats me. For now, let's focus on Shono, though. It would be a waste coming here and not talking to him.
Agreed. Let's see if the receptionist can help us.
Can I help you?
Actually, I've already been here. I was just with Director Kido, remember?
Oh, of course. Did you forget something, sir?
Well, not exactly. I'd actually like to speak to Shono-san, the 89 researcher. Where would I be able to find him?
Let me see. That should be the research wing. I believe he's in the protein abnormalities lab.
Probably need a gold keycard to get in there, huh?
That's correct, sir. I should be able to lend you one with the director's approval, though. Just give me a moment to ask. Could you tell me your name, sir?
Actually, never mind. Kido-san seemed pretty busy earlier. I'll try back later.
Are you sure, sir?
Good call. There's no chance Kido-san would let us in.
At least now we know where Shono is.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a map around here somewhere.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am?
This is one of Shono-san's researchers. She was just about to return to the lab.
Oh?
My name's Hashimoto. I can show you into Dr. Shono's lab if you'd like.
Are you sure?
Of course.
Great. We'll take you up on that.
Wonderful. Hashimoto-san just happened to be passing through.
Thank you.
Right this way.
So, Hashimoto-san, what kind of work do you yourself do here?
I'm part of the team developing 89. Dr. Shono is the head of that team, but I'm pretty new around here.
Speaking of, What exactly does AD9 stand for?
Well, the AD comes from the name of the center. The Advanced Drug Development Center, ADDC. And it's the 9th drug our department's developed.
Oh, that was surprisingly easy.
It'll be the first dementia-curing drug on the market, right? Seems like it's really getting fast-tracked because of that. But there's a lot riding on this one, right? It could finally cure Alzheimer's disease.
That's right. Do you know how many dementia patients there are in Japan alone?
A couple 100,000 at least. Maybe even in the millions?
Right. As of 2012, there were 4.62 million.
That many?
By 2025, that number will increase to at least 7 million. Potentially up to 13 million, including at-risk patients. That's 1 in every 9 people.
Yikes.
However, as a nation, we're already at capacity in caring for these patients. In many cases, people over 60 are stuck looking after their dementia-struck parents in their own homes. Worldwide, it's estimated there will be 135 million patients by the year 2050. It's staggering. In other words, AD9 could save the world. This could be a real miracle.
I gotta say, this is making me feel kinda bad about how we treated Kido-san back there.
Director Kido will go down in history if we achieve this.
A lot's changed in 3 years. Bastard's really made a name for himself.
Be nice.
Dr. Shono is right over there. Well, if you'll excuse me.
Shono-san.
Yagami-san? But, how did you get in here?
Hey, calm down. I just want to talk. This is important, Shono. You have to have some idea.
What the? What are you doing here?
Kido-san.
I believe I told you to leave. What about that didn't you understand?
I wanted to ask about Shintani's call.
About which I already said Shono doesn't know anything.
And I needed to hear that from him, not you.
Enough. Call security.
We were just leaving. Come on, Hoshino-kun.
I'll be filing a complaint with the Bar Association, under the Minister's name.
The Minister? Of Health?
That's right. Minister Kazami expects great things from AD9, and he won't tolerate distractions from your ilk.
I feel like we came up empty-handed. Why would Shintani-sensei have called Shono-san? Yagami-san?
That wasn't the first time I've heard about Minister Kazami.
Huh?
When was it, though? Who was talking to me about the Ministry of Health? It must have been Ayabe, when we were drinking over a tender. I definitely remember him mentioning Minister Kazami. We were talking about how the Kyorei clan ended up in Kamurocho. Apparently, they're being used as muscle for a construction company called the Kajihira Group. A while back, Chairman Kajihira himself was going around, laying the political groundwork for a Tokyo revamp project. And one of the people he met with was Naohisa Kazami from the Ministry of Health.
Huh.
You'd think he'd go to the Ministry of Land, though. His project has nothing to do with health. What would he gain from meeting Kazami?
That's true. Do you think it has to do with our case somehow?
I don't know. Depends on what the two of them were talking about.
In that case, maybe our Kajihira expert can help us out with that.
Who?
Sugiura-san. He used to work for them, remember?
Oh yeah.
So, you want to know how Kajihira and Kazumi are connected?
Yeah. Any way you can find that out?
Not really sure, but I'll give it a shot.
Thanks.
You're still at the ADDC, yeah? Just give me some time. I'll call you if I find anything.
Oh, Yagami-san. I'm gonna head back to the office. I just got an email from Saori-san. Apparently, a journalist named Hattori barged into the office. Says he wants to interview you.
Me?
It sounds like he's looking into Shintani-sensei's murder, too. Anyway, I'll go ahead and drive him off.
You'll be Genda-sensei's ace attorney before you know it.
Nah, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Honestly.
Why?
Too much responsibility for a guy my age, you know? I think I make a much better sidekick for now.
Okay. But when that gets old?
I don't know that it will. Being a professional sidekick for the rest of my life sounds okay to me. I'll see you later.
The cases of both past and present become a volatile mix at the ADDC. At one point, the land it sits on had been the target of a redevelopment scheme.
Yagami-san.
Is Genda-sensei still out of commission?
No, he'll be here this afternoon. He didn't sound very energetic when we spoke, though.
Gotcha.
Anyway, back to what you asked me last night. I looked into Hashki's murder.
Hold up. I want to hear this too.
Toru Hashiki, former vice director of the ADDC. 51 years old at the time of his death 6 months ago. Found lying face down in a Kamurocho back alley in the middle of the night. He was unconscious, horribly beaten. He died in the hospital 3 weeks later.
It took that long?
Yes. Apparently he was comatose the entire time.
Were there any witnesses?
Not to the crime itself, no. However, quite a few people saw Hashiki in a drunken argument beforehand. With a man in a black raincoat. And that's all we know about the culprit.
A black raincoat?
As far as I can tell, the police never found him, but who knows how hard they looked, right? And well, that's all I could find. Little more than a general overview.
Thanks, Hoshino-kun. This is great for now.
Kajihira claimed Hashiki's murder was premeditated, yes?
Huh? Yeah, that's right.
But there's no evidence to support it whatsoever.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. If the culprit intended to kill Hashiki, wouldn't he have finished the job? Seems kind of sloppy. On the other hand, if it was just an unfortunate run-in, the circumstances would make more sense.
I don't know. I think it's the other way around.
Huh?
If you ask me, whoever killed Hashiki was a freaking pro.
What makes you say that?
True enough. I suppose the incident never made the news because his death didn't come until so much later. Despite how well known he was in the scientific community, that is.
So the killer beat Hashiki until he sustained a fatal wound, then backed off? Is such a thing even possible?
It is if you're a pro. Guys that good totally exist. It's just rare to see it happen. Know what I mean?
I admit it would make sense, but we can't say for sure without evidence.
More or less.
What kind of evidence do you mean?
Something like an investigation report. I want to know the cause of death. Which I guess means another visit to our old friend Ayabe, huh?
I'm way ahead of you. Called him myself last night, but
But what?
his hands are tied because of all this Kuroiwa business.
Should have known.
Now you've got Hoshino-kun wrapped up in this.
I'm gonna need a little help from Saori-san.
Saori-kun?
Good, aren't they? By the way, there's something I need to ask you.
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on, Saori-san. You ate all that mochi, didn't you?
Those were a trap. I don't approve of such trickery.
Come on. Could be fun being a hostess for a day. Though what that club owner sees in you is beyond me, that's for sure.
It'll be fine, Saori-san. We're not asking you to be their #1 girl.
No.
If we got you a new dress, you'd look the part. It'll be one of those extreme makeovers.
No.
What about that mochi? I'll get you some more if you do it.
No.
I don't think she's gonna budge, Yagami.
Guess not. I don't even know if the manager was that serious anyway.
What do you mean, not that serious? What do you see when you look at Saori-san, huh?
No, it's not that. She's just clearly not into the idea.
Why would she be with the way you're approaching it? Talking about how she doesn't have to be the #1 girl or giving her a makeover. If you'd look a little closer, maybe you'd understand. Saori-san could be the best hostess in this whole damn town if she wanted to. Isn't that right, Saori-san?
If you really believe that, I guess I could give it a try.
Wait, what?
I'll do it. I'll be Kamurocho's #1 hostess.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, you can pick out a dress, Yagami-san. And she'll need a haircut and makeup, too. You don't mind shelling out for this, do you?
No, it's fine, but I have to pick the dress?
Don't worry. There's a shop around here that caters exclusively to hostesses looking for outfits. You can't go wrong at a place like that.
But how's she gonna be the best if she goes to the same store as all the other girls?
The primary goal here is finding out what Hoshiki and Shono were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Then stop complaining. Becoming the best will just happen naturally. Let's go, Yagami-san. We have a dress to buy.
See, I knew you had it in you.
That worked out just fine.
Yeah, but I'm kinda afraid of what'll happen if things don't go well at the club.
I'm sure it'll go great. Knowing Saori-san, how could it not?
It's me, Hoshino. You're a natural at this, Yagami-san. Saori-san is as beautiful as ever. Man, this is incredible. I should have tagged along after all.
So, which salon should we go to?
Oh, right. There's a place called Cherry, also on Showa Street. They do top-notch work. It's not far, either.
Got it, thanks.
Welcome back. You're so beautiful, Saori-san.
Like a puppy.
You should dress like that all the time, Saori-kun.
Yeah, good luck finding clients.
I'm changing.
There's a good chance Hoshiki's murder was premeditated, just like Chairman Kajihira suspected.
That's the conclusion you and Saori-kun reached?
Yeah. Hoshiki thought something was up with 89. Doubted the authenticity of the research. Seemed convinced they had fabricated data. He was desperately searching for proof before he died.
But was there anything actually wrong with it?
I tried analyzing the paper myself to find out, but it's like it was written in a different language. I'm searching for someone more knowledgeable as we speak. But nobody seems to suspect any foul play, not even online.
Yet Hoshiki was still searching for issues, and if he had managed to find one...
The ADDC would be long gone by now.
Then they murdered Hoshiki to keep the secret safe?
Don't be ridiculous. Who would kill a man just to protect a research paper?
It might not be as unlikely as you think. The ADDC has been bringing in billions of government yen ever since they published that paper. With that much cash involved, bumping someone off wouldn't be out of the question.
But apparently Kido was out hyping up 89, raking in tons of dirty money in the process. Guy might even be involved with the Yakuza.
You're really suspicious of him, Yagami-san.
Well, if it looks like a rat.
Maybe Shintani got too close to the truth, and Kido offed him for it.
The thought has crossed my mind. Don't think we can say that for sure without looking more into Quito, though.
But judging from our last visit, that won't be as easy as you make it sound. He's practically a celebrity at this point.
Well, maybe if we can't get him to talk, prosecutor's office can.
Huh? What do you mean?
I've got a meeting with Izumito tomorrow. They're calling me in.
Isn't that the prosecutor who was trying to get you arrested?
He can try all he wants. That's what this meeting's about.
No chance in hell he agrees to help us then.
All depends on how this little chat goes. If I can convince him I'm innocent, I'll clear my name and put the squeeze on Quito all in one fell swoop.
What are you planning, Yagami-san?
An on-duty detective arrested for murder. Now this is a shock.
Try not to look so happy about it, then.
This is Hoshino-sensei from the Genda Law Office. He's young, but he's reliable.
Oh, here I thought the great Takayuki Yagami would represent me.
It's been years since I defended someone in court. I'll still be gathering all the evidence, though. Don't worry, it worked for Hamura.
I'm Hoshino. I'll do whatever it takes to clear your name.
You sure, kid? Shintani was practically your boss, huh? If I'm really the killer...
Well, I mean, you're not the killer, right? He's not the killer, is he?
Probably not.
What do you mean, probably?
I hear your gun's the one Shintani was murdered with.
Yep. Apparently the rifling on the bullet matched.
What's rifling again?
Really?
Sorry.
So, guns have these spiral-shaped grooves on the inside of the barrel to stabilize the bullet's trajectory. These grooves are called the rifling, and leave a mark on the bullet itself.
Whoa.
Now, the rifling's slightly different on every gun. Kinda like its fingerprints. And apparently, the marks on the bullet that killed Shintani matched my gun's rifling.
So your gun must have killed Shintani-sensei?
Yeah. It was the murder weapon, for sure. So, someone used my gun to commit the crime, and I'm being set up.
But how?
You remember the day he died? We were having a nice stiff drink at Tender. You, me, and Kaito.
Yeah, I remember. That was my first time meeting Kuroiwa.
I hung around after you guys beat it. Wasn't a while till I decided to go home. Thing is, I don't remember what happened next.
Huh?
Someone smacked me in the back of the head. Crept up so I couldn't see him.
You got ambushed? Where was this?
Close to the bar, I bet. But I'm not sure. It all happened so damn fast.
Some great detective work there.
What do you expect? Whoever knocked me out moved me, too. That just fucks with things even more.
Moved you to where?
Random bench, over in the Kamurocho Children's Park. Not a soul around when I came to.
That's a ways from Tender. They must have taken you in a car. How long were you out for?
Hour or so, tops. But as I found out later, that hour's when Shintani was murdered. With my fucking gun.
So the real killer still has your gun?
No. It was in its holster when I woke up.
Wait, what?
Whoever attacked me took my gun, murdered Shintani, then put it back where they found it, all within the course of an hour.
So the only thing missing was a bullet?
Not even that, if you'd believe it. They got rid of any sign it had ever been used.
Maybe if we look at the bullet from Shintani's body...
Not gonna happen. Nothing spectacular about a single bullet.
By the way, did you tell anyone you got attacked?
No. I mean, nothing even got stolen. Reporting it just would have put me in more trouble.
Don't want to draw attention to your side job, huh? Sucks being a dirty cop. A real detective could have reported it.
Can't argue there.
The culprit must have been counting on that, though. They went after you specifically because they knew you wouldn't make a big deal out of it.
So it was all planned.
Planned or not, the bullet that killed Shintani ended up with your gun's rifle marks on it. There's no denying that.
Yep. I only found out when they hauled me in, though. No surprise they suspect me. There's no reason not to at this point. But none of my coworkers said a damn word. Hey, you know how Croy has been dragging me all over town with him? He probably just wanted to make sure I didn't skip town. Only just realized that now.
What did you say is your alibi? You were knocked out in the park?
Not a very believable story.
Come on, you and I both know I didn't kill him. Somebody's pinning it on me. What do you say, Yagami? You think I got a chance?
You'll be just fine.
Guess that was a dumb question. Nobody's gonna tell a guy his head's on the chopping block.
Listen up, Hoshino-kun. Ayabe was set up by whoever killed Shintani. That's what we've got to work to prove.
You really trust Ayabe-san? What if he's lying to us?
He might be a dark stain on the force, but he's a decent guy. Smart, too. He wouldn't kill, especially not with his own gun. Someone else did this.
You think it's the mole?
That's the most obvious suspect. Let's start by talking to someone close to the case. I've got a guy in mind.
Which would be... Oh, Captain Hamura.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody knows where he is, right?
That's true. I wonder what Matsugane-san's thoughts are, though. If anyone's gonna know where to find Hamura, it's him.
Good. Well, I'll head back to the office then. I should tell Genda-sensei what we learned.
The apparent cause is a small explosion which took place in a covert gambling hall not long ago. Eyewitnesses claim they heard the sound of explosives being detonated in the establishment. However, the building was deserted by the time firefighters and police arrived on the scene. With the horror of gang violence still fresh in our minds, the incident only raises tension across the city.
Sounds like the plan didn't go so well.
They were desperate. Still, we did manage to talk to Hamura.
Which is how you found out Hoshino was the one giving him orders, right? Not Director Kido.
Yeah, at least that's a look he was giving us.
You can tell that just from a look?
Give me a break. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, I guess that look is all we have to go off.
Did you come to taunt me or help me?
Don't be mean, Yagami-san. Of course I came to help.
Help how?
I found someone who's an expert on AD9. Looking into that research paper might be our best shot at finding more leads. And I don't know about you, but I can't understand a word of what it says.
Yeah, same.
But I found somebody who can.
I'm impressed. Good work, Hoshino-kun.
Just don't get mad, okay?
Mad? Why would I get mad?
Well, the expert I found, it's Hattori-san, the journalist you kind of hate.
What?
Please, he's written a lot of articles on 89 and has interviewed all the top medical researchers.
That guy? Seriously? This has got to be some kind of joke.
He said he'd tell us what we want to know, if you asked him nicely.
Yeah, you know what? Let's drop it. I don't care about the paper.
Yagami-san.
What?
That research could contain vital information for this case we're building. This isn't an opportunity we can afford to miss.
But if we ask him for help now, he's gonna want something in return later.
Hattori-san's waiting for you at Kyushu #1 star. Apparently he's doing a story on them. Come on, Yagami-san. Get going.
Yo, welcome back.
Hey there, Yagami-san.
The gang's all here, huh?
How did things go with Hattori-san? Did you learn anything useful?
Yeah, I guess.
Wait, are you saying there isn't actually anything up with 89?
That's what Hattori said, yeah.
This is the first time I'm hearing about Kido not really being involved, though. It's possible Shono's hiding the truth from even him.
Maybe. But first, one term in particular stuck with me from my chat with Hattori-san.
Which is?
Human experimentation.
Go on.
Apparently, 89 is just about ready to be tested on real human subjects.
Well, that's gross. Side effects include bloating, blindness, and death, right?
Knock it off.
Sorry. What's bothering you about that, Yagami-san?
Well, it's just... I've just been thinking... What if all these murders were secretly experimental trials for 89?
You're serious?
If Shono's the one behind all this...
What? You think this guy Shono went out, hired an assassin, and started killing people?
Guess it's a bit of a stretch, huh?
Even if these people were test cases, why would Shono have to murder them? This is a dementia drug, not some kind of chemical weapon.
No, but what if it really did have some kind of crazy side effects, though? Like, they didn't want to kill the people, but they ended up dying anyways.
It was perfectly fine when they tested it on mice, though. If it ended up killing someone, then... Wait a sec.
Yeah, wait a sec is right. We're on the same page here.
What if 89 was completely harmless to mice, but lethal when introduced into the human body?
If that was the case, they'd need to perform a ton of experiments to make sure it was fixed. Which is why they killed all those Kyorei guys.
Back it up. If they're testing a drug, wouldn't they want to use it on an actual patient? I mean, it's not like those Kyorei guys all had Alzheimer's or anything.
That's true.
Actually, it says here that they test new drugs on healthy humans as well. They're the control group to make sure the drug is safe.
Yeah, eventually. It wouldn't make any damn sense for them to start on anyone but real patients, though.
But...
Just give it a rest. Try taking this seriously for once.
We are taking this seriously.
Says the dumbass kid who keeps spouting tinfoil hat shit about goddamn human experiments.
The only dumbass here is the guy who can't consider all the possible options.
Oh, is that right? Next you're gonna tell me they experiment on old man Waku too. Fucking idiots. What?
That incident 3 years ago at the ADDC. The guy who died, Waku-san. Didn't he have Alzheimer's?
Hey, I think you're onto something.
Huh?
Think about it, Kaito-san. Waku-san was an Alzheimer's patient at the center. We know for a fact that Okubo didn't kill him, but they never tracked the real murderer down.
All right, cool your fucking jets. That happened 3 years ago. AD9 didn't even exist back then.
True, it was only announced last year. But all the research that went into that paper would have reached way further back.
Huh? Wait, are we really onto something?
It's hard to say for sure, but it's worth looking into at the very least. Okay, so... Let's say Shono did experiment on Waku-san. Why would he do that? They normally do a lot more to ensure a drug is safe before it enters clinical trials. What was his motive for testing it then?
Maybe he wanted to try his groundbreaking new drug on a real live human as soon as possible. If it worked, he'd have the cure. And he'd have it without dealing with all the red tape these things go through. It would have saved him years.
That's possible. I guess Shono was surrounded by dementia patients. One little test wouldn't be a big deal, and if it succeeded, his drug would save the world. If it meant curing Alzheimer's sooner, he might have been okay accepting the risk.
But instead of doing what it was meant to do, 89 had a horrible side effect. Death. The more I think about it, the more it feels like this is how it all went down.
It's starting to make sense.
But now, even though he knows the risks, he's still experimenting, and using the mole to do it. I know this is all just a theory, but the pieces all seem to fit together.
So, to summarize our theory so far, it all started 3 years ago when Hoshino accidentally killed a patient during an AD9 test. But those tests are still ongoing. That's why Hamura had all those Kyorei guys killed.
But wait, how would a guy like Hoshino get wrapped up with Yakuza and assassins? Your run-of-the-mill researcher wouldn't have the cash or connections for that shit.
But what if someone close to him did?
Someone Hoshino knows who's got Yakuza ties? The hell could that be?
Ryusuke Kido, director of the ADDC.
Oh, I see what you mean. Kido would have access to ADDC funding. There's even been talk of him having ties to the Yakuza somehow, right? I think you've cracked it, Yagami-san. It had to be Kido.
I don't know if that's really true.
Why?
Think back to the '89 press conference. You remember the look on Kido's face? He was so proud, innocent even. But if he knew about all this human experiment shit, no way he'd look like that.
Kid's got a point.
Then maybe he was only told about the experiments after the conference took place. That would still make sense, right? First, Hoshino gets Kido to sign off on the '89 paper and publicly gives him all the credit. Thrilled about the possibilities, Kido proudly presents the research at that press conference. There's no turning back after that, even if he found out about the experiments. That's probably how Hoshino got Kido on his side. He then used Kido's funding and connections to bring in Hamura and the Mole. It feels like all the pieces are falling into place.
That means Kido's not actually the one in charge.
Right. Hoshino is behind everything.
Let's say you're right. When did Hoshino start using this guy? When was the Mole's first murder?
Probably Hashiki's death 6 months ago.
And why do you say that?
Hashiki inching closer to the truth about '89 was a serious problem for Hoshino. But as we know, Hoshino was in a taxi at the time of the beating. Meaning someone else must have been responsible for Hashiki's death.
The man in the black raincoat. He's the Mole?
Yeah. Only the best of the best assassins would have the skill to do what they did to Hashiki.
Can't argue with that.
Who knows how close Hashiki was to finding out about the human experimentation before he died.
Yeah, and if he had, that would have been the end of the line for Hoshino. Seems like a plausible motive to me.
So what, everything just makes sense? I don't know.
If you have something to say it.
I mean, this is still just a theory, right? It all sounds almost too convenient.
What do you mean?
If Hoshino killed Waku-san at the ADDC 3 years ago, then Okubo, the primary suspect in the case, would be totally in the clear.
Enough, Sugiura! You're way out of line, and you don't know shit!
You want to talk to him face to face? Meeting with a death row inmate isn't that easy.
A lawyer like you should have no problem setting that up, right?
He can't stand me, though.
If you really want to pursue this case, you don't have a choice, Yagami-san.
Well?
Hoshino-kun.
Yes?
Let's go talk to Okubo. Think you can arrange that for me?
I can try. Let me get in touch with the prison.
Thanks. I'll be at Genda's if you want to find me. Looking over the old case files.
All right.
Yagami speaking.
Hey, it's Hoshino. I've arranged our chat with Okubo. Meet me at the taxi stand on West Shichifuku Street. I'm on my way there now.
Got it. Thanks.
Long time no see. Yagami-sensei.
Yeah. It's been a while.
I apologize. I've been alone all this time. Talking is...
Don't worry. We're not in a rush here.
You look so different. Why won't people just believe me?
The prosecution had more than enough evidence to convict you for Emmy's murder.
So, Okubo-san, you really didn't do it either time?
That's what I've been saying all along.
My name is Hoshino from the Genda Law Office. If you don't mind, we have a theory about the ADDC incident you were on trial for.
I do mind. It doesn't have anything to do with me.
But don't you want to know who really killed Waku-san?
It was an ADDC researcher by the name of Yoji Shono.
I remember him. But you're saying he did it? Why, though?
Here, let me explain. Waku-san's death was an 89-related accident. That's our theory, at least. Things may have turned out differently had you actually reported finding Waku-san's body. But as we both know, that's not what happened.
It all happened so fast. I opened the truck, and the body was there.
Yagami-san?
Yagami-sensei! What about Emmy? Aren't you gonna ask me about her? Waiting for my execution. How are you and I gonna face Emmy in the afterlife? Come on, man! Tell me how!
Yagami-san.
What's up?
I think I'm gonna head back to Genda's. What are you up to tonight?
Not sure yet. I think maybe I'll swing by Tender. I could use a drink.
Yagami-san.
I'll be alright. Later, Hoshino-kun.
Wait, who is that? Yagami-san!
Hoshino-kun, stay back!
Huh?
This guy's dangerous.
I can see that. Yagami-san, are you okay?
I'm fine. But that guy wasn't messing around.
What do you mean?
He would have killed me for sure if I let him.
Maybe one of Hamura's men?
What's up, Tuck? How'd your chat with Okubo go?
Listen, someone just tried to murder me. Probably sent by Hamura.
What?
Watch your back, Kaito-san. Where are you now?
Right by the office. Got Sugiura with me, too.
Don't go back there. Not now.
All right. I got a place.
Oh yeah?
KJ Art, the Kyorei HQ. Hamura ain't gonna touch us there.
Wait, you're gonna go there after we beat the crap out of Shioya and his whole crew in that club? You think they'll just let us hang out?
Of course I do. We've got Kajihiro on our side. We'll go on ahead. Get your ass over there quick, yeah?
Sounds like we're meeting at KJ Art.
I heard.
Well, let's go.
Huh? Sorry about how rude we've been to you till now. Chairman Kajihira's told us to do whatever you say.
Listen to this, Talk. I asked for a massage, and he actually gave me one. I had you all wrong, Murase. You're just a big teddy bear.
Don't get too carried away, Kaito-san.
Maybe I'll see if Shioya will massage me next.
I'm gonna say that's probably a bad idea. Anyway, go on and take a load off.
So Okubo really didn't kill Waku-san all those years ago.
If his reaction's anything to go by.
He might not have even killed his girlfriend. At least that's how it looked to me.
Huh?
I'd rather not go there right now.
I've been wondering, Yagami-sensei. Who is that guy?
You curious?
Can't blame a guy for asking, can you?
Well, apparently he's afraid of Yakuza. Better to just leave him alone.
Huh. Well, okay then.
So, Shono's looking more suspicious every day.
About time for a good old face-to-face.
Judging from our last visit, we won't be able to get an appointment with Shono or Kido.
And we won't make an appointment. All we do is wait in the lobby, then ambush Shono when he comes out.
A stakeout, huh? That's my kind of job.
Actually, you're gonna be staying back.
Huh?
I mean, they'd catch on in a heartbeat if they saw a tough guy like you standing around. And Hoshino-kun, you should go back to Genda's.
Okay, but...
Even now, Shinpei Okubo, the man convicted of the crime, pleads innocence.
I'm gonna go discuss a few things with Ayabe-san.
Yagami joining you?
No, I'm going alone. Yagami-san, well, he may be keeping his distance for a while. He thinks the mole might target him, so he doesn't want to get us involved. You should watch your back too, Genda-sensei.
Been a while since he's been this distant.
Knowing Yagami-san, he'll want to solve every single incident related to AD9. And if he does, maybe he can prove that Ayabe-san and Okubo-kun are innocent.
Clearing Shinpei Okubo's name this late on? Yagami'd be a damn hero.
I think he might enjoy that.
Yeah, hero is hardly a big enough word. A legend is more like it.
Don't get ahead of yourself, kid.
Killed by Ayabe, so they claim. This is the pre-trial conference for that case. Basically, we sit in here and hammer out the flow of the trial. Try to keep things as simple as possible for the jury, you know. According to the law, both the prosecution and the defense have to submit all their evidence before even going to court. You can't burst in mid-trial with new info like they do in the movies.
We've been going in circles for a while now. We'll never get anywhere like this.
You say that, yes.
In other words, we need to make sure all our cards are in order, then show the other side our hand.
The rifling marks on the bullet are unshakable proof of guilt. You really want to plead innocent with such a severe disadvantage?
How does the defense respond? You can also bargain for a lesser sentence if you so desire.
No, we still contend that Detective Ayabe was set up. Our stance remains unchanged.
Seriously? So it was Kuroiwa all along. Everything makes sense now.
Were there ever any warning signs?
Nah. This might have nothing to do with it, but... I heard a story about the guy once.
Go on.
Back when he was starting out, his boss on the force was working as a Tojo clan go-between on the side. In exchange for kickbacks and whores, of course. Kind of shit you see every day in Kamurocho. But one day, that boss went and threw himself off a roof. Right when they were gonna haul him in, too. Guess some goody two-shoes on the force went and ratted him out.
One of his own co-workers? Was it Kuroiwa?
No. Funny enough, they found the snitch with a noose around his neck just a day later.
So it was a double suicide?
What the hell?
From what I've heard, it's possible that hanging was actually a homicide. Maybe, just maybe, someone wanted revenge on the snitch. After the dust cleared, a new dirty cop had risen from the ashes, with his boss's connections and then some. He's been in bed with the Yakuza ever since. Turns out this guy's our top detective, too.
And you're saying that's Kuroiwa?
Hey, I'm just telling you what I heard. You're the one who asked about warning signs.
Let's split up, Hoshino-kun. Sticking with me is just gonna put you in more danger.
Come on, I'll be fine. I'm not a little kid.
I know that. Either way, we're done for today.
Oh, okay then. I'll see you around, Yagami-san.
And you're sure you want me?
How could you ask her to do that?
You can't be serious.
Look, we need to get to Kido somehow. This is the best shot we have of luring him into Kamurocho.
Don't be ridiculous. Asking her to be a hostess is one thing, but you can't make her sleep with that creep.
Hold on there, Hoshino-kun.
Isn't that what a honey trap is?
I never said that.
You don't have to listen to them, Saori-san. I mean, just talking about this is practically entrapment.
Not to be rude, but I asked Saori-san, not you. Why do you care so much anyway?
Because I care about her.
Oh?
You... what?
No, I mean, I have a lot of respect for her as a co-worker.
Well, that's enough of that. Yagami, you sure there'll be no risk to Saori-kun?
Absolutely. I have a plan.
Which is what, exactly?
I'll tell you once we get there. First, I need to know if you're in.
It's what the investigation calls for.
Saori-san.
I want to avenge Shitani-sensei's death, too.
Thank you.
All right. Then we don't have time to lose.
We? Since when was it we?
If this is really what Saori-san wants, I'll do everything in my power to help her.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we'll need another makeover, right? I'll go this time. Mind if we use the same salon?
Sure, but I was thinking she'd be a journalist this time, not a hostess.
A journalist? Really?
Think about it. Your mark is inside the ADDC, right? You'll be able to get him alone much more naturally if you go in asking for an interview.
Uh-huh.
And you'll need to dress the part. I'm talking high skirts and low cuts. That'll bring out the worst in any old lech.
Now we're talking. I'll take that over a hostess any day.
Okay. I have some things I need to take care of. Can you head to the ADDC once you're done with your makeup, Saori-san? We'll meet there.
Okay.
See you soon.
We should be going too, Saori-san. Let's get you that makeover.
Right.
Here we are, Saori-san. Hair Salon Cherry. I'm honestly a little nervous.
Didn't I already do this when I was a hostess?
Sure, but everything's different this time. Saori-san the journalist. An intellectual beauty. Classy, worldly. Oh, what guy wouldn't fall for that?
Don't give me that look.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to stare. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be stunning no matter how much makeup you wear.
And if I disappoint you?
Well, that's just not possible.
I hope you're right.
I knew it! Oh, you're a goddess, Saori-san. Just incredible. That off-limits allure, that mature aura.
Are you going to stop soon?
Sorry. I got a little excited.
Well, I'm ready to go. I can take it from here.
So independent, too. Oh, sorry. I'll stop now.
Well?
Saori-san, don't push yourself, okay? If things get dangerous, just run.
Yagami-san said I'll be safe, though.
Well, yeah, your life might not be in danger, but what if Kido tries to, cop a feel or something?
If that's what needs to happen, that's what will happen.
What? But...
I should be going.
Saori-san.
By the way, Hoshino-kun,
Yeah?
thank you for complimenting my makeup. It felt nice.
What?
Huh?
No, Yagami-san, I didn't realize you'd be stopping by.
Awfully suspicious. Just what were you two up to in here?
Not much.
Guess we should go then.
Hey, how did everything go with Kido?
Hold on. I want to know what you two were up to first.
Well, Hoshino-kun was just...
Okay. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Or maybe not. Or maybe it is.
Maybe you'll get further next time.
Is it just me, or is Sari-san enjoying this?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard. It's horrible what happened to Morita's mother.
So the prosecution is all working to protect AD-9? Can I say something real quick? I'm not sure I'm the best person to be defending Ayabe. Not against an enemy this powerful.
What do you mean?
Agreed. Hoshino-kun can't handle the pressure. It has to be you, Yagami-san.
Oh, ha. Real funny.
This isn't a joke. We're dead serious.
Please, Yagami-san. We're going up against the people who murdered Emi-san. Do it for her. For Okubo-san.
And for Shintani-sensei.
It's time for you to show the world what you think is right.
No more running.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll let Genda-sensei and Ayabe-san know right away. This is bound to make headlines. I can see it now. Disgraced lawyer Yagami-sensei makes his triumphant courtroom return.
All right, do we really need the disgraced part? But, all right. If they both agree, I'll defend Ayabe. Guess I'll need to start digging up some more evidence. So basically, it's up to Izumida whether or not Ichinose shows at the trial. The question now is, how do we press Ichinose once he's there?
Before we get too far, Genda-sensei and Ayabe are both on board with Yagami-san representing the defense.
The lousiest lawyer ever. Back in the court.
Speaking of next steps, I'd like to try putting some pressure on Kido again. Maybe we could use the video Sari-san helped us get to force him into testifying for us.
Good plan. Anyone else?
This doesn't have anything to do with the case, but some shit's going down in the Matsugane family. We can talk about it right after this, Yagami.
Roger that.
What's up?
Just so you know, I'm gonna go talk to Okubo soon. He still thinks Emi-chan's family hates him for what happened. I need him to know that's not true. If that's okay with you.
I'd like to talk to Kido if possible. He'd make a valuable witness in Ayabe's trial.
We've got some dirt on him, too.
Yeah, thanks to Saori-san's little adventure. He won't be able to turn us away once we remind him of that. I knew it would all work out.
What do you mean?
Seeing Kido without an appointment. That video has some serious power.
You can thank Sari-san for that.
Afternoon.
Sorry to barge in.
We know you're busy.
Take a seat.
Well, let's get straight to the point. We'd like to call you to the stand as a witness in Ayabe's trial.
That's not possible.
Would this change your mind?
You've made me a very happy man today. Why don't we have some real fun now that the interview's out of the way, my little minx?
Do what you will.
Wait, really?
Ichinose is unstoppable, and my testimony won't change that. You're up against everyone who stands to gain from AD9, including patients who it would save, and their families. You can't win.
Not how things stand, no. But that's exactly why we need your testimony.
I have no obligation to help you. If you truly want to release the video, release it.
You are aware of the consequences that would have, right?
I'll become the laughing stock of the scientific world. My career will be over. But I'd rather that than make an enemy of Ichinose. I'm not ready to die just yet.
How can we change your mind? You're in the middle of this whole 89 mess. But you never actually killed anyone yourself. We might be able to argue for a lighter sentence.
Absolutely not. You can't convince me to sign my own death warrant.
Are you really that scared of him?
Of course. Losing my jaw is a much more appealing proposal than losing my life.
Nobody's dying if we can help it. We can protect you.
Don't you understand? No matter what I say, you can't win this trial. And if I open my mouth, I'll have to live the rest of my life in fear. Until the day they finally finish the job.
Did you talk to Ichinose after Kuroiwa rescued you from the arcade?
I have nothing to say about that. Now leave me alone.
Damn it. We're not getting anywhere.
You shouldn't fight a battle you can't win. I would never have gotten where I am today without that bit of advice.
So you don't think we can beat him?
Do you even have a shred of evidence? Oh, well, I suppose you did. But Ichinose-san took it right out of your hands. Can't you see how weak you are compared to him? You don't have a chance in hell of winning this case.
Well, you're right. For now, I guess. It's easy to tell how the case will go. We just don't have quite enough evidence yet. There's no way we'll take down Ichinose with what we've got at the moment. I appreciate the advice.
Not yet, Yagami-san. He's trying to take us for fools. I can make him talk for sure. All we have to do is push the video to—
We'd be wasting our time.
You can't say that if you don't try. Come on, Yagami-san.
I said we're not doing it.
Please, just give it a shot. If the video doesn't work, then we'll find some other way to—
There's no point.
No point? That's enough of the tough detective act. You can't run.
Hoshino! I never said anything about running away, okay?
But I don't want to lose. I thought I could help you.
Having a falling out, are we?
Shut up!
Hoshino-kun.
Yagami-san, when I heard you were here with Morita and Kuroiwa,
I get it. You're the one who called Higashi over, aren't you?
That's right. If I hadn't, who knows what dirty tricks they would have used. I couldn't take that risk.
I appreciate that, Hoshino.
And I'm really sorry for what happened in Kito's office. I was out of line. You deserve trust, and I didn't give it. Yagami-san, I messed up. What I did was unacceptable. Threatening a witness is just... It's not how I want to go about winning this case, Yagami-san.
Got one thing to say, Hoshino.
What?
Iron burns temptation, while the just are often tested by fire.
Huh?
Tori wrote this, huh?
Guess it's almost time.
And where are you currently residing?
This is the first trial for the murder of Masamichi Shintani. The defendant, a crooked cop by the name of Kazuya Ayabe. Ayabe is innocent. In other words, this trial is little more than a farce.
Director Kido has done a fine job overseeing its evolution into a matter of national import.
Can you tell the court what exactly 89 is?
It's a revolutionary drug meant to be a complete cure for Alzheimer's disease. Given how pressing the drastic increase in dementia patients is, we've placed great faith and hope into AD9.
Thank you. I have no further questions. Members of the jury, despite the defense's claims that the ADDC is somehow related to this case,
You must have really stood out to attain that position. Maybe you did something extra special that got you noticed?
I'm not sure how this is relevant to the case at hand.
Oh, come now. Why not indulge him?
What?
Think back to 2002, the year the Medical Institute was founded. I hear you spearheaded that whole operation. You made numerous new positions for senior executives to retire into. Thanks to you, they'd have a stable income well into old age.
Is this really the place to be discussing such accusations?
However, the good times didn't last forever. In the months and years after its founding, people slowly caught on to the Medical Institute's total lack of output. Rumor had it that Minister Kazumi had actually approved those plans internally.
Are all your arguments going to be based on hearsay?
Speaking of hearsay, Kamurocho's been buzzing with talk of this murderer who gouges people's eyes out. That killer is an assassin I've termed the Mole. But the truth of it is, those murders are the result of human experiments for 89, carried out in a secret lab in the heart of the city. Of course, they tried to keep that a secret, but it eventually found its way out. The victim in this case, Shintani-sensei, was inching ever closer to the truth. That's why he called the ADDC. Isn't that right, Ichinose-san?
Please elaborate to the jury what exactly you mean by that.
Not long before his death, Shintani-sensei was told a secret by Captain Hamura of the Matsugane family. A secret that led him right to the ADDC. This secret was that someone from the ADDC was connected to the serial murders taking place in Kamurocho.
Human experimentation! Don't be ridiculous! What kind of trial is being run here? How can he say whatever he wants without a single piece of evidence? Why doesn't the prosecution stop him?
Sorry. I was enjoying hearing what he had to say.
Do you know who Shinpei Okubo is? Even though Okubo-kun's sitting on death row, waiting for the day they decide it's his turn.
Enough! I was only asked here to explain to the jury about AD-9 and the ADDC. How dare you treat me like this?
You and Hoshino hired the mole to murder for you! That was the only way you'd have patience for your underground human experiments. And all to protect the interests of AD-9.
You can't make these claims without proof. Show me your evidence!
If you say so.
What?
I offer the data I received into evidence. Take a listen to this.
Did you tell someone about Hoshino? That lawyer, Shintani? It'll cost you another 100 mil. This mistake was yours, and yours alone.
He works as the mole, an assassin for hire. In this call, you used Hamura to order Kuroiwa to murder Shintani-sensei. You should have known better, Ichinose-san. I imagine you must have been pretty panicked to use such an insecure method.
Audio means nothing. Forging it is a simple task. You're framing me.
So, you think that's not enough? Not who you expected? Witness.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Kido's up next, right after my testimony.
What?
Kaito-san!
Already going!
Hoshino-kun, it's all on you now.
What?
You've always wanted to handle a case on your own, right?
Huh?
Sorry to spring this on you, but good luck.
Please, don't go!
I know you can do it, Hoshino-kun. It's time you graduate from the sidekick role, you know?
But...
Are you ready to proceed?
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Use of AD-9 will always result in death. Shono-kun told me as much. Countless human experiments led him to that conclusion. In other words, AD-9's development has failed. But Shono-kun didn't want to admit that. He couldn't say that it was over, that he had killed several people, that it was all for naught.
And when exactly did Shono-san tell you all this?
Only the other day. It was after hearing that I decided to testify in this trial. Had that been noticed, it would have been clear proof of the experiments. And hence, every single corpse discovered in Kamurocho was found with the eyes removed.
So Shono and Kuroiwa are both dead, huh? And Ichinose and Morita are behind bars.
Thanks to Yagami's agency, yes. Things may be somewhat hectic from now on, though. The health ministry is in turmoil, as is the ADDC.
Yes. The center will likely be shut down.
In the end, I suppose things worked out for Kajihira.
That's unacceptable.
Well, you're in luck, Saori-kun. Sounds like they're investigating his collusion with Minister Kazumi. The police are already on the case. Everyone tries, but you can't escape the law.
I suppose all bad deeds will come to light eventually.
Yeah, you got that right. Oh, and speaking of...
Yes?
I'm no senile old fool. Your little fling is clear as day.
Huh?
I'll have none of that in my office. Is that clear?
Oh, I had no idea, sir.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Well, you kids are all the same. Never listen to an old fart like me.